we continue to track Erin. This still a tropical storm, but likely to become a major hurricane. And where it goes is still a bit of a question. We're going to break it down.
So let's start with the current conditions, the right now in regards to Erin. We'll take you outside, a live look this morning off the east coast of Florida. We also have Puerto Rico. For folks that live in Puerto Rico, if you're going to be doing some vacationing, this is worth watching very close. We're looking at a scrape by here that is way too close for comfort, and still a lot of questions in the later half of Erin's forecast. But again, let's focus on the right now, where we sit with the evolution of this storm, and it is slow to start. Tropical storm still has winds at 45 miles per hour, moving west at 20, so there really hasn't been much change. Yeah, structurally, I mean, the circulation on this looks really good. I will say there, we're waiting to see more robust thunderstorm activity. It definitely is fighting off some dry air, has been over the last day and a half, but impressive to see it continue to hold such good structure with the circulation despite these inhibiting factors.
It's true, right?
Now, we're really going to dive into the forecast in just a moment with Craig, so stay tuned for that. But of course, I understand all of you want to see this. It's the beginning of the morning. You want to see the updated cone from NHC. Still going for winds peaking at 115. That would be a Cat 3. Now we're going into Monday morning, which keeps the cone off of the northern Caribbean islands, but way too close for comfort. Now, as I said, we are battling a few factors with Erin, and having this be slow to start, it's so funny. You never want to say you want a strong system, but the stronger this is, the sooner we get to that point, the sooner it would recurve.
Exactly, to the north and away from land. But as you watch closely, you can see some of those thunderstorms towering up. A little bit of dry air on the southern side yesterday. That was starting to fill in. Now it's encountering some of that dry air. Britta highlighting some of that air getting pulled in from the southern side. There's some just ahead of it. And the way that's wrapping it in, pulling it on the bottom side of that storm. When you look at this, we talked about this yesterday. It was doing pretty well considering the conditions with the water temperatures, upper 70s, still conducive, but not ideal. Now it's moving west into some of those warmer waters, and as it does so, still expected to intensify a bit more. But I think that is the concern. Now you see the Leeward Islands on the map, Puerto Rico as well, and the cone you just talked about, which is where the center of the storm could go. It's right just to the north and into some very warmer waters that Britta's highlighting right now. Having said that,
the zone.
This could be, but it's not just where the center goes, it's the impacts outside of the center, too.
Exactly. This is the zone, by the way, where conditions will be more favorable, which means that in the near term, the zone that this is going to be moving through continues to be marginal. The dusty air being present and also those water temperatures kind of hovering in the upper 70s. The wind shear element, definitely there. We have a pocket, some wind shear just off to the south of the center of the circulation.
Yeah, and we talk about how Erin could develop in the short term. Let's talk about where it could go as well. As we take a look at these two areas of high pressure, so much that plays into it. Now, there is high confidence that Erin is going to be a hurricane. And as you saw, perhaps Category 3 considered major. Still a little bit of uncertainty on that. Perhaps those are underestimated at this point, but it's still quite a ways out. Notice what we've got. Two areas of high pressure on the map. We've got one over the Atlantic and, of course, one over the south and southeast over portions of the Gulf. You also watch the dip in the jet. All of these play into some of the steering mechanisms that help us decide where this is going to go. Notice that dip in the jet to the north will help to break down that area of high pressure and basically create almost a lane, if you will, where we could see an open path for Erin to go. Now, of course, the stronger it is, the bigger it is, it's likely to take a northerly path. If it's slow to go and it's weaker, then guess what? There is a good chance it starts to lift to the north and to the west. And then, Britta, to your point, here you are with the Lesser Antilles, portions of Cuba, Hispaniola, watching closely. Could be a very close call with the Caribbean. It's the winds, certainly, because remember, those winds extend quite a distance from the center of the storm itself, the wave energy and the rain as well. Going back to the cone you just mentioned, this coming in, the latest one, the 5 o'clock information coming in from the National Hurricane Center, again, remaining a Category 3 or greater as it moves north of the islands here. Now, this, when we look at the models, and a lot of them are in pretty good agreement all the way up to this point, and the consensus keeps it right in the middle there. So it's not like there's a variation up to this point. And then we start to open up a bit based on some of those upper steering mechanisms. Take a look at this, Britta. When we're still watching the center of the storm for the Caribbean through the weekend and into Monday, this is now Monday, models start to take it to the north. But here's what's also interesting. We also talk about that widespread beyond that, right? And when you look at this moving through, starting to perhaps pick up a little more steam, it's got everything working its favor. You talked about the warmer temperatures.
Yeah, I mean, this zone looks real ripe for development.
This is what you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
We've got everything. We have low wind shear, so it would be able to stack stacked vertically, lots of moisture to work with, and the water temperatures that you talked about, now we're talking about the 80s, and that's basically fuel for the storm. Now, this is interesting. Watch this. Go ahead, Britta.
I was going to say, the spot that you just
higher.
ended on, the end of this forecast, which right now is sitting Monday morning off of NHC's timing, that's going to be a critical time frame because the strength of Erin at that position and how far north of south of that position is going to determine part of this factor. Where do we go in the long term? So it's going to be critical to watch this weekend. I would say Sunday, you got to tune in because wherever Erin is at that point and how strong it is going to be a very strong telling story of where we move forward because this is going to be a close call. And, you know, even having a major hurricane right offshore, you will feel the impact on the East Coast, even if we,
Big waves,
you know, it looks very unlikely that we would have a landfall. But, I mean, if you have a major hurricane that's right offshore, you're going to see some impacts.
Yeah.
So we'll continue to bring you the latest on Erin.
Yeah, and our Fox Weather Hurricane Specialist, Brian Norcross, he's going to weigh in this morning again at 9 o'clock Eastern time on Weather Command. Make sure you stick around for that. He's our hurricane expert, great expertise, great knowledge. He really came on the map in 1992 with Andrew and has been around for quite some time. We're lucky to have him here.